Hello everyone, this is me Sharon. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'll be showing you how to crochet this summer bag, and it has this interlocking circles around, which is super nice, and it's great to use especially when you're going to the beach. So this is just small, but you can adjust it to the size that you want. Now this is how it looks. The straps are done this way so that it will not easily fall off. So it's quite sustainable. And this yarn that I have used is 100% Rayon. And similar to the Raffia bag that you see, this is a premium yarn that I bought. And I have this sunglass, of course. And if you'd like to see how I made this one, I will add the link in the description box, or you will see it in here. And then I have this sunblock or sun cream. I will need a phone and earphone and some of these. So this is just a small size, but you can make a larger one if you want. The design is made out of interlocking circles, and I will show you how to connect this one so that it will look infinite. And we're gonna start from the bottom part of the bag, wherein we're going to add some increases per each round. It's light, and what I like about this kind of yarn is that it's quite slippery and it's easy to crochet. I saw this kind on Shopee, and if you're outside the Philippines, you can also check Amazon. I will add the link in the description box if you'd like to buy one. There are, I think, two kinds of this particular yarn. This one is like matte finish, but this one is shiny and more slippery than the other one. Okay, so this yarn I bought is from Japan, and obviously I cannot read in Japanese, so if you're Japanese, it's easy for you to read this one. I just Google translated it, and it says that it is 100% rayon, and this is different from the Onitsuga yarn that I bought. The paper yarn is stiffer, unlike this one, which is softer and easier to crochet. So to start this project, we're gonna make a magic ring, chain 1, and then work 5 single crochets into the ring. So we're now going to work in spiral, so meaning we're not going to close off each round with a slip stitch to avoid the lines every time we finish a round. And then after that, you're gonna pull the tail and make sure to use a stitch marker so that you know when to start the next round. So once this yarn tail is pulled, we're now going to start with the next round, and for the next round we're going to work 2 single crochets into every stitch. So meaning as we move on to the next round, we will keep on adding an increase, and for this case we're going to work 2 single crochets into each of those 5 single crochets. So by the end of this round, we should have a total of 10 single crochets. Once done, we're now going to do round 3, and this time we're going to work an increase into every second stitch. So that's how we add the increase into round 3. So 2 single crochets or increase will be placed into every second stitch around. So we do this in order to create a flat circle piece. For round 4, we're now going to place the increase into every third stitch around. So in here, we're going to place 1 single crochet, and then after that, we're going to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then into every third stitch for this round only. That is where we're going to work our increase. For round 5, we're going to place the increase or 2 single crochets into every 4th stitch around. I guess by this time you already know how to make this flat circle pattern. We will just repeat this until we reach round 13. So on round 6, we're going to place the increase into every 5th stitch around. And this is what it's going to look like when we start the next round. So we will keep repeating this particular flat circle pattern until we get to round 13. This is actually the bottom part of the bag, and this is where we're going to determine the size that we want for the bucket bag that we're making. On round 7, we are going to place an increase into every 6th stitch around. I will be showing you the rest of the instructions in written form, so it will be easy for you to follow along. You should be able to complete round 13 with a total of 65 single crochets around. And this is what it's going to look like once done. Now we're going to stop right here, and I'm going to fasten this one off. I'll cut off the yarn, and now we're going to start working with the interlocking circles next. You can use the same color or a different color, but I'm using blue this time. I'm going to make a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 15. After chaining 15, we're now going to slip stitch into the first chain made to form a ring. This is just a 2-row repeat circle, so it's easy, but we're going to make this one by one because we're going to connect it to the other one once it's finished. But this one, we're going to finish the whole ring, and then after chaining 3, we're going to work 30 double crochets. So chain 3 here does not count as a stitch. This is what it's going to look like, and then we're going to work a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet made, not the chain 3. So we do this in order to make some sort of a filler so it doesn't create a gap in between the stitches. Now we're going to either chain 1 and then cut off the yarn and then weave in the ends. So this is the only ring that we're gonna make, a solo ring first, but as we make another ring, we're going to join it to the previous one that we've made. So again, we're now going to chain 15, and then we're going to insert that into the first ring that we made. Make sure that you slip stitch into the first chain made, and it should be worked on the front side. So all circles should be facing up. The front sides are always facing up. So I'm going to work 30 more double crochets to finish this ring and then weave in the ends later. Once you get back around, you're going to work a slip stitch on top of the very first double crochet that we have made, and then you can either chain 1 and cut off the yarn, weave in the end. So we're going to keep repeating this until we have 12 circles in total, because the last one we're gonna join it differently. This is what it looks like after connecting all the circles and weaving in all the ends. Isn't it pretty? They make a great headband too. So after this, we're now going to work stitches on both edges of this interconnected circles. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use a different kind of yarn, which is the white one, and then we're going to work 4 single crochets on top of each circle. So in here, I did about 13 rounds on this side, which is going to be the top part of the bucket bag, and this is the bottom part in which we're going to attach it to the flat circle. So they both have the same total number of stitches around, which is 65 single crochets, and I'm going to join them by working a crab stitch. So if you're having a hard time doing a crab stitch, you can just work single crochets to join the two pieces together. So we're just going to weave in and then cut off the excess yarn. Now for the top part, what I did is I did about 13 rounds, and then on my third to the last round, that is where I did the hole. And to make the hole, you have to chain 3 and skip 3 stitches, and then once you get back around, work 3 single crochets. Next is we're going to make the strap. This is called Romanian cord, and I have a separate video on how to make this one, but if you'd like to see how it's done, then you can keep watching this video. Now this wrist strap that we made has a dual purpose. One is to use it as a wrist strap, and at the same time we're going to insert it into the hole that we made to secure the bag. So this is what it looks like now after attaching the straps. You have two options in how to carry it. You can either this one as a wrist strap and you can just put this inside, or you can use this strap as a shoulder bag. So this is more like the lock, so that the things that you will put inside will not easily fall out of the bag. And so after inserting it into that hole, then you can insert this one in here so that it will be secured there. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, do not forget to hit like. Comment down below if you'd like to see some more of my design. I also have a video tutorial on how to crochet a bucket bag using this interlocking circles design. I will add the link in the description box, or you will see it here. Thank you so much guys, and have a nice day. Bye bye.